the second Quiet Place.
Oh yeah, we watched Quiet Place number 2 in the theater.
That was awesome.
Well, this past weekend we went to a theater, the AMC, and we watched ourselves a movie. Something that Mackenzie was looking forward to for a long time, and that was Dear Evan Hansen.
Why is he... Okay, never mind.
What?
I don't know, he just looks cut off.
This was the poster.
Oh, okay. So what do you think about Hansen?
Okay, I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say, because I came into it with I know most of all these songs because Mackenzie is slightly obsessed with the story. She loves Ben Platt. He was the original Broadway Evan Hansen.
It was a lot longer than I expected. Like halfway through the movie, there's this song. It's the song of the movie for some reason. Halfway through, not at the end. I don't know why they did that.
That's usually when they put the big songs, about halfway through.
I thought that was the end.
Halfway through. It was only 2 hours. Did you think it was going to be done after a mere 60 minutes?
Yeah.
It was a lot leading up to that moment.
Yes.
I mean, I felt like they were going to start winding down after that.
I don't want to give spoilers for people that might be interested, but this is a review, and so we're going to be spoiling a few things. If you don't know the story of Dear Evan Hansen, in a nutshell, he writes a letter to himself, and then somebody that he met a couple times dies by suicide. And people think that he wrote the letter to him, Evan Hansen, but really Evan Hansen was writing the letter to himself for it was a part of his therapy.
Yeah.
And it's a big movie about mental health and depression and suicide. And so it was a crazy drum.
Singing.
And singing. Yeah, emotional singing.
Yeah.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10? Really?
1 out of 10.
You give it a 1 out of 10?
Either 6 or 7.
No. I'm saying, what are you going to give it? I'm not saying.
I thought you were 1 out of 10.
No. What are we saying? 1 through 10.
I'm going to give it a 6 or 7. Let's land on a 7 because the singing was very good.
Okay, first of all, we haven't... Are you all right?
Stop, Joshua. Stop bringing attention to this.
What?
He's sniffing something. He says there's going to be a bad smell in here, and he's bringing it up in the middle of our review.
I can't smell it.
Never mind.
All right. What were you going to say? I said 7 or about a 7.
I was going to say, we haven't even reviewed the movie. We haven't gotten through any talking points or anything.
That's true. So Joshua wants to know right up front, what do we rate it?
I'm just... we already saw the movie.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the movie, but we already saw it.
So based on what the movie presented, the singing was good. Was it super memorable for me as a first time watcher, having never heard any of these songs? Not really.
I see.
But I mean, but they were good. The songs were all good. They all sounded great.
They were catchy in the moment.
They were catchy in the moment.
The main actor, Ben Platt,
Yes.
he was fantastic for this role.
He did a very good job.
It's his role.
There was a few side characters that I was just like, nah, I'm over this character. Particularly his mom.
I think that was the point. I think he was kind of over his mom as well.
No, even when she was singing, kind of doing the emotional moment, they were supposed to be
supposed to be reconnecting, but us as an audience,
we didn't get the connect. We did.
We didn't feel the connect.
No, it was just annoying.
That could have been the way that it was shot and the song, though.
Let's acknowledge the way that was shot. It was the same shot, just going back and forth and back and forth. There was no dynamics.
Yeah, a lot of times. Even when he's sitting there talking to the kid's parents, and he doesn't know what to say, and he starts singing, they don't really acknowledge it as singing. He's just telling them what he's making up, but he gets up and he stands and he's looking out the window and he's turning and he's gesturing, and it's dynamic.
Yes,
but the scene with those two wasn't dynamic.
Yes, and it's not even necessarily that they as actors weren't vibing. It was halfway through the song, you were like, "Oh, are they gonna repeat the chorus again?"
Yeah,
it's like, "Oh, they're doing it again."
Yeah.
Now I'll say
and we're
this:
not changing shots.
a lot of the songs, there's a lot of repeat of chorus and
Yeah.
the
stuff.
opener was terribly long, but you didn't
The
think
opener
about
was-
it too
yeah,
much.
you didn't
opener
think
was
about
good.
it because it was more like
It
something.
was telling a story.
It was
going
more
to
like
school.
and it was very dynamic, and it was more like something that keeps going over and over in his head as he's trying to reacclimate to school.
Yes,
Yeah,
but that's one scene with the mom. It's kind of a black mark on the film, but we have to look past it now.
Black spot.
What did you really enjoy about it?
His songs were good. They were good.
Okay.
the music was well done. The storytelling was well done. I'm gonna probably give it a 6 out of 10
5.5.
because it's not a movie that I would watch normally.
5.5.
Okay.
Out of 10.
I would read the synopsis for this movie and be like,
Nah. Now, I will say, knowing how the story played out, because I just had listened to the music prior to this film, I was like, oh, I've always wanted to see, the drama play out with the tree and everything and understand the story and the look of it a little better. Because you have an idea of what it's like in your head, but you're like, okay, what is that going to look like? You know what I mean? And it's kind of like when you read a book. You imagine the details, except you have less details than a book. You have just the music, just the story through the music, and that's a lot less details. And so it was really cool to see this, to know basically all the songs, and then see it visually. So then I'm like, okay, now we're getting to this part of the story, and you can see the progression.
yeah.
That was pretty cool for me because I kind of knew what was going on and what was going to happen. You said there was a scene that made you terribly uncomfortable. It was when the mom went to Amy Adams and her husband.
Oh yeah. That was just that happens in real life,
Yes.
though. Just one of those uncomfortable situations where things are being said, and you can see his mom's face as she's processing and taking it all in, and it just and then her responses started becoming more and more clipped and more upset, and she was trying to hold it together, but she was also angry, and that's one of those. And he's trying to I don't think I said that, kind of stuff, trying to sort of cover his ass a little bit.
Yeah.
And it just felt uncomfortable.
It did feel uncomfortable.
I liked
But it was supposed to.
the sister character. I liked the dad character.
Well, the sister
I
/
liked
love interest.
Not his sister.
Not his-
mind
not
you.
Evan Hansen's
Friend
sister.
kind of character, the side friend
Yeah,
character.
the sort of reluctant friend.
I liked
He was a
here and there
jokester.
Yeah.
these characters, even though that's a big spoiler. The girl who did the kind of the club with him, that did that thing by releasing the
thing.
the note.
The thing and releasing the thing,
note,
and they
yes.
talked about the thing, and they got upset about the
Yes.
She still was a good character. Did not like Amy Adams' character. Like
thing. Really?
I understand the point of her character, but the way she played it, I don't know.
I'm gonna say Amy Adams. She's doing a lot of, she's doing a lot of like indie horror recently, and she's also doing a lot of mom, like emotional roles recently. And I think she does them really well, but I never like relate to her character.
That's because you're not a mom.
But the thing is, I've seen her in a film where she's not a mom; she's a single who's mentally losing it, but she thinks someone's trying to kill her, and everyone's telling her she's crazy. And you think towards the end, yeah, she's just crazy, and then it turns out
She's not.
she was not crazy. She was.
What
trying.
movie was this?
I can't
It's
remember
like the
name.
window, wasn't it?
Yes.
I don't remember this.
I didn't
name,
have any
nothing.
issues with her character or how she acted. Because I know those people that are.
Get on your nerves.
She didn't get on my nerves because she wasn't doing anything wrong. She's just grieving in her own way, and so I didn't have too much issue with her character.
I had no issue with her character. I had no issue with how she acted. I thought it was brilliant. I'm just saying, recently, I have not felt very connected to her performances.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Her performance choices, like the character she's choosing to act as.
Yeah.
And maybe that's for a reason. Maybe she's trying something really new.
Did this movie make you cry? You can admit it.
Yes, and actually, where was it? Actually, no.
No?
I wanted to cry,
there was a moment.
Cry,
there was a moment where you go like, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know,
and the chin crinkles up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The movie almost got me.
Okay.
It wasn't quite that big of a reaction. But I could tell if they had leaned into this point a little bit more, it would have got me. And it's when the dad, he's being a dad, and he's holding it all together, and he's continuing to work, and he's continuing to be there for the family as the dad. And then he's at work, and he sees the video
of his stepson playing the guitar.
No, of him singing.
Oh,
this is before that.
Before the guitar.
And he starts to lose it at work, and then he comes home and he's weeping. I was like, that one.
Well, but it snuck up on you.
Snuck up on you.
I don't think it snuck up on you. I disagree with that.
You disagree that it snuck up on me and how I reacted emotionally?
I don't know how you.
You're disagreeing with Wyatt's emotions?
I think subtly, we got more build up than you think.
We did.
With him coming and being like, I gave him everything. I worked hard in my life. He was going through a stage of anger first, and then he kind of let him. So he's going through these stages.
Yeah. No. You're right.
To it.
They gave us everything we needed for that moment to pay off.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
With the dad,
it built up with showing his stages of how. I
mean how I reacted in the moment. It was close. It was close.
It almost got me.
Now
I'm gonna say it snuck up on me. I knew that he was gonna be sad at some point, but the way they edited it together, the lead up to it, he's leaving work. I was almost thinking he's going, he might be slightly pissed, or maybe he's like, I don't know. I wasn't expecting he was gonna walk in and then all of a sudden he was gonna break down, and so it did sneak up on me. I knew the emotion was coming, but I didn't know that moment it was coming. So prepare yourself. It might catch you off guard.
Might catch you off guard. That should be what this is called.
Did you rate it?
5.5.
5.5.
5.5.
7, just because I already knew a lot about it going into it.
Perfect movie?
No.
7, perfect number.
The only way that a perfect movie is all three of us give it a 10. That's a perfect movie.
I'm gonna have to correct you here. A 7 doesn't represent perfection.
Yeah.
It represents completion. If we're talking about
this movie did go
in the Bible.
Bible science.
Bible science.
Okay. I want to know, okay, what movie would, this is just a quick thought to throw out there. What movie would we all give a 10?
Lord of the Rings.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
No. Lord of the Rings.
I would give the series a 10. I would individually rate each movie differently.
Lord of the Rings, Ready Player One.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm giving Ready Player One. Every time you say it, it goes down half a point. Every time you say the name.
All you Ready Player One fans out there.
All right, you're at a 3.5, Joshua.
Comment.
It was in this movie. Ready Player One.
It's the book. Yeah, I did notice that. And
I didn't see that.
As one of the boy that committed suicide, as one of his favorite books was Ready Player One, and he, it shows him reading.
That doesn't mean that's not significant for anything.
Just saying, this is your company.
I don't know. I don't know what I would give a 10.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give it a 5.6, the movie, just for that.
For Ready Player One, it went up a point?
Yeah.
I don't know. Jurassic Park.
It's good. I would say Lord of the Rings. Genuinely. I don't know if Jurassic Park. There's some things with it I would knock down.
Okay. But we're not comparing similar movies. Those are movies are in no way similar.
Yeah,
but I
know,
would say that as far as just
as a whole, just looking at it by itself, Jurassic
movie,
Park, it's like a 9.
I would give Jurassic Park a 10.
See, I honestly gives it a 9 as well, and the reason for it is because I'm a big fan of Spielberg. And I love him as a director. He's one of our finest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never really happy with the Spielberg endings.
Or with that Jello
And
scene.
I know you like the way the Jurassic Park ends.
How would you have ended it?
I would not have ended it with the T-Rex saving the day.
It didn't save the day. It was just
You're talking
doing.
about
No,
Park,
they
not
were going
world.
to die, and the T-Rex saves them from death.
It doesn't say it's hunting and it eats something it sees as prey. They just happen to be there.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a coincidence.
All right, let me explain this to you.
There is when you eat Jello.
There's no. You're right.
Honestly, this
hold
is
on.
honest. Okay,
let me get through this point. There is no such thing as coincidence in movies. The movie happens because that thing happened. It's not a coincidence. It's how the story plays out. You call it a coincidence because you're looking at the movie in hindsight.
Yes. Going back to my point, I would have liked that ending more if the raptors literally ran away because they heard the T-Rex coming. Shut up. Because they heard the T-Rex on its way approaching.
Yeah.
I would have liked that ending. I would have liked that ending more. You're turning all red. The things you find hilarious.
You're watching too much internet stuff.
Back off.
Like an old dude. You're watching too much of that internet.
You are watching YouTubes, and there's pornography on YouTubes.
There practically is if you go to some of those music videos.
Yeah, some of the music
I didn't say it.
All right, if they heard the T-Rex approaching,
Thank you.
I would have, and they ran away from that same moment, I would have found so much more satisfying than a big old T-Rex sneaking up on these masters of hunting.
I think we're derailing from the topic here. We're rating Jurassic Park now.
Well, this is our transition.
But the movie hits all the story beats.
I'm saying all of it's good,
but it's a 9. It's not a 10
because predominantly, including Ready Player One, I don't like most of Spielberg's.
But there's no
endings.
Jello scene in Ready Player One.
I'm down with the Jello scene. I'm down with the ice cream scene. I'm down with all the scenes. I'm just saying the end scene with, and not even the end with them getting a helicopter and seeing the things. That's all fine. It's the freaking climax, save the day moment, and I wasn't. It's too much of like a childhood storybook scenario.
That's what it is supposed to be, though.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine Joe's ending though?
How would you end it?
Can you imagine?
I just explained.
Wait, can you imagine how epic it would be if they're all standing there and the Velociraptor's about to pounce and then it turns its head and it runs away, and then the T-Rex comes in and roars? Oh, epic! Wow,
Yeah.
Real cool.
No, this is what you would do. The T-Rex, you build the suspense once more. Because the T-Rex is the greater predator.
No, it is not.
I know you're definitely afraid of raptors, and this is motivated out of fear for you.
They make it clear in the movie that the raptors are the most dangerous.
All right. Well, what I'm saying is you have a T-Rex chase one more time, and he nearly gets the helicopter, and you still have that epic end roar that he gives. You have all the
You
same
mean
things.
like
You just changed the format.
Also, Jurassic World.
We also have to think
Like in
about
that movie?
Sure.
We also have to think about the VFX budget. You know, they every scene that they put that CG T-Rex in, that's another how many thousands of dollars. You know, and so to have an end scene where it's running after the helicopter, not in the budget.
You mean kind of like on
in the broad daylight where they can't
Jurassic
hide
World?
everything.
Yeah.
That's essentially how that one ended.
Yeah, but they weren't. Those ones weren't as
Expensive.
limited by the budget
Yeah,
for the
yeah, yeah.
for the VFX at least.
The brilliance of Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Well,
It doesn't have to be my ending.
it was
Just
good.
needed a different ending.
Just wasn't perfect.
Wow.
This movie's definitely not perfect. But you know what is perfect?
What?
James Bond is perfect.
James
Wrong, but okay.
Sean Connery's perfect.
Sean Connery is perfect.